everyone, Sukhoi Aviation here with another video, and today we are on another aviation news this week video. This one is episode number 24, and we're going to get started with the photos of the week. The very first picture here is of a crashed McDonnell Douglas MD-900 Explorer. Is November 179 Papa Alpha. This aircraft crashed in 2003, and this is a picture someone got of it, the wreckage in 2018. This helicopter is kind of interesting because I didn't even know McDonnell Douglas made helicopters, but I just thought this was an interesting picture of a wrecked helicopter. So, that's an interesting thing for you. The next picture is of a Sukhoi SU34 by the Russian Air Force. This is a stunning picture, an incredible image right here. Excellent photography work. And the registration is Romeo Foxtrot 95846. And it's a great looking aircraft for the Russian Air Force, taken in June 2019. The date's not specified in this image. And another one with the date's not specified in the image is this one from July 2019. It is of a Tu-142MZ, and this was a Cold War Soviet bomber. This was their long-range strategic bomber used to carry nuclear weapons. It's basically their equivalent to a B-52, but not quite as good. Although it did have interesting characteristics, like you'll see there's actually two sets of propeller blades, and they spun in opposite directions, which allowed for much higher speed flight. So it's kind of an interesting characteristic of it. This aircraft is registered as Romeo Foxtrot 34099. So I think that's cool. Ironically, this aircraft is still in active service with the Russian Navy. Yes, this is actually a naval aircraft. So I think this is very interesting airplane. The final picture we have here for the highlight photos is this United 777-300ER, which is started as November 2333 uniform. It's a 777-322ER. This one's taken at the parking ramp at Los Angeles International Airport. It's at one of those hard stand areas, and this aircraft appears to be, at the time of this picture, undergoing maintenance. This is a really cool aerial photo. And this picture was taken on the 18th of July 2019. So for today's headline news, big news for this week is that Qantas has achieved part of their Project Sunrise goal. They have been for a long time working on doing Project Sunrise, which would be Sydney to New York and Sydney to London. The ultimate goal is to be able to have an about 350 passenger aircraft flying full capacity with cargo and people from Sydney to London. It will be the longest flight in the world if they achieve that. However, they achieved the first stage of their plan on the 19th of October, when a Qantas 787-9, this aircraft here, Victor Hotel Zulu November India, flew from New York to Sydney. The flight was 19 hours and 15 minutes long, and arrived at 8:42 p.m. at Sydney International Airport, and departed from New York JFK the previous morning at 7:10 a.m., which means this flight actually gets to see two sunrises in a single flight, which is really cool. So this aircraft is seen here at Everett Airfield. I don't have a picture of it, haven't done that long flight, because, well, there really aren't pictures available yet. Good quality pictures, like CNN and some other news networks have some pretty crappy pictures, but no good ones. So you'll just have to deal with this picture here taken at Everett on the 3rd of October. But this image is really good, and also it has the RAT, which stands for Ram Air Turbine, sticking out of the rear of the windward. So that's really cool, and this is a good picture, and I think it's really cool that Qantas is getting to achieving their Project Sunrise. This is now the longest flight in the world, just barely stretches past the Newark to Singapore flight on the Singapore A350-900 ULR, but now a Qantas 787 now takes that spot. That's the longest flight, and obviously whenever they do Sydney to London, it'll be even longer flight. Sometimes I do a video on the world's longest flights. I don't know, maybe you want to see that, comment below. So after that great news, we have fleet news. And the very first thing that happened in October, which I believe this is taken in early October, like the first couple days in October, is United's very first two 787, these are not 787s, these are 737 MAX 9s. Anyway, the United's first 737 MAX 9s, November 17808 and November 37525 have been painted into the new livery. These are the two first new livery 737 MAX 9s, which is really cool. Next, we have for Shanghai Airlines, their very first 737 MAX 8. This aircraft is registered as Bravo-20 Charlie 2. Kind of a boring livery, but it's fine. This picture was also taken in early October. Next up, we have a special livery fitted onto this Air India 777-300ER is Victor Hotel Alpha Lima November, and it's a 777-337ER. This is in a Thanksgiving holiday livery. It's a pretty decent looking livery. As picture was taken on the 14th of October. Next up, we have a brand new military helicopter. So this aircraft was photographed on the same day as the previous picture, and this is currently a prototype helicopter which will be going into service with the South Korean military very soon. This aircraft is made by Korean Aerospace Industries. It is currently an LAH, which I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it is registered as 002 currently. LAH is probably the name of the aircraft. It's probably some acronym. And it's a really cool looking helicopter. It appears they have some special glass on the front, which may be using some of those vision devices that you've seen on like 787s and night vision goggles and other things like that will allow it to be able to do even more capabilities. There is a twin barrel machine gun on a rotating ball axis there on the front, and there also appears to be a radar. And you can see there's some orange stuff around the aircraft that's currently being used for testing purposes. Obviously the military variant will not have those probes sticking out like that, and if they do have them, they'll be dark colored. But this is a really cool looking aircraft. It appears it can also carry some what looks like some small bombs, or they might be rockets on the side, on the fins there. And yeah, it looks like a good design. Hopefully it will serve the South Korean military very, very well for many decades to come. Next up, we have a special livery for AirAsia. This is in the Serene Sun car livery or something like that. I'm probably mispronounced that. But the aircraft is registered as Papa Kilo Alpha Zulu November. This picture was taken on the 16th of October. Sorry, 16th of October. Next up, we have a really cool livery on this Typhoon S, a Typhoon 2000. It was taken on the 16th of October 2019. It's in a really, really special livery. I really, really like this blue livery. A bunch of the German Air Force Typhoons have had really colorful liveries, and this one is no different. I believe this is done again for air shows. Obviously, in military, they would not be pumping this thing into the sky because, well, this would be like the easiest thing to spot ever. Next up, we have a new special livery for ASL Airlines. They operate 757-200s. This is a 757-23APF. It is a formerly passenger airline that has been converted for cargo services. This is the aircraft that was previously operated by TNT Cargo. The aircraft is registered as Oscar Echo Lima Pav. This aircraft is registered as Oscar Echo Lima Foxtrot Bravo. And this picture was taken on the 12th of October. So I did get the order off there slightly. Nam Air has a new livery on one of the 737-524s. This is in a livery that I cannot pronounce, but the aircraft is registered as Papa Kilo November Alpha Lima, and this aircraft was spotted on the 19th of October 2019. I remember back on the old channel, I did a video on when Nam Air got their new livery, and this was on a 737-300. And this airline is kind of old. They operate old airline aircraft. So yeah. Next up, we have the first A320neo for Goose Airlines. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's going to be a Chinese airline. Yes, you can tell by the Chinese line. And the current registration on the test registration is Foxtrot Whiskey India Romeo, spotted on the 16th of October as well. I think I said September on the other one, but I meant October. You know what I mean. Next up, we have one of two new liveries for Etihad Airlines. They're really pumping out the new liveries as of late. This one is in the ADNOC Choose Singapore livery, so they've been doing these different liveries, and this one's for Singapore. This aircraft is painted on Alpha 6 Bravo Lima Alpha, which was the 477-9. This aircraft was photographed on 19th of October, seeing a new livery. Next, more new livery United aircraft. This one is the very first A320 in the new livery. It's painted on November 444. It's painted on November 449 Uniform Alpha, and this was spotted on the 20th of October. So I like the A320 in new livery. I think it looks great. I do like United's new livery. In fact, it's actually one of my favorite new liveries of the year. Alright, and then finally, we have a Choose Thailand livery for Etihad Airlines, spotted on the 21st of October. This aircraft is Alpha 6 Bravo Lima Juliet. So along with the Choose China and Choose Saudi Arabia, they now have 4 of these colorful schemes. They're probably going to do other countries. Like, it'd be nice if they do America, because obviously we're the greatest country in the world. That's not biased at all, trust me. And then next up, we have the route news. And I have actually got some route news this time. It's been a while, but we do have some route news, so we'll get started right away. For routes this week, we have 5 of them. The very first is Alaska Airlines will be starting San Jose service to Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. It'll be on the A320, and it'll be once daily seasonal starting March 19th, 2020. Avianca will be starting 2 new routes from Bogota in Colombia, and they will be flying one on the A319 3 times weekly to Pagu. I can't pronounce it. Anyway, it's a city that has an airport that has the code of AUS. That will be starting on January the 16th, 2020, 3 times weekly, and then they'll be flying from Bogota in Colombia to Salgado de la Costa Rica, which will be starting on January the 16th, 2019. That will be 4 times weekly. And that is a resuming of service after having been cancelled. Then China Eastern will be starting 2 flights. They'll be both going out of Manchu, China, and they'll be flying the once daily A320 starting October 27th, 2019 to Changshu, China, which has the airport code of CSX, not to be confused with Sultan Railway. And then they'll be flying 4 times weekly starting October 27th, 2019 from Manchu to a city I can't pronounce again in China, but it has the airport code of WUH. So that is the routes for this week. I hope you guys have enjoyed that and all the aviation news. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for all the support that these videos have been getting lately. The last aviation news this week video, which came out from the time this video is being recorded 8 days ago, has 205 views in only 8 days. It's my fastest growing video I've ever made so far, so thank you guys for that so much. The 5 must-have aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 video is also done really good, so I hope you guys have been enjoying that. So far, due to college studies and all the work involved with that, I've only really been able to pump out about 2 videos a week, and I really would like to do more in the future, but at least for now, until the winter break, I don't really get to do many videos, so it'll probably still just be 2 a week. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Have a great rest of your week, and God bless you.